Hello everyone, let's start our workshop. Put pluses into the comment if you can hear me well, see my screen, and we'll get started. We continue our journey, but today is the final, the last of our journey from the very beginning until the end. Today will be. So today we're going to work with last room with office. If you haven't seen previous episodes, you can check in description. You can find the links there and watch all of them. I highly recommend to do that because we use a lot from previous scenes, so you will get to know how we get to this specific point. Okay, hi guys, happy to see you here again. And tell me a little bit, have you tried even generate some picture in Midjourney, or maybe you tried but you got not a nice result and you prefer maybe work in Pinterest? So you can write something in the comments, so I will see it. I can also show you how you can try to generate the better pictures, maybe you will interesting. And also I remind you that we have our material that I'm going to use on this workshop in description, and also highly please ask all your questions in the end of the workshop and I'll answer them all. I'll try stable diffusion. Okay. What do you think better, Secal in Blender or Corona in 3ds Max? Never used Blender, so I can't compare it. So yeah. Hi Irena, I hope you are well. Yes, I am well. I hope you are too. Thank you. Okay, so office. Let me open and show you what I have generated so far for this room, and then we'll go to the next. So here's the office, and here's the pictures from Midjourney. So it's extremely black one, but actually not too bad picture. As you can see, if you change the walls for white, it will be exactly what we need. And of course the floor changed to our wooden floor, and why not, can be like that. And this the one that we're going to create today. And most of them I generate with a almost the same settings in Midjourney. That's why mostly all of these pictures are with the black walls and stuff. But you can see that you already know what kind of mood you will have in your room, so it will be easier for you to change the colors and get exactly what you need. This one is quite interesting. Ambient light outside, but as you can see inside we got some light, sunlight. It's a little not logical, but well, it's Midjourney, it's not perfect, so we need to rework some of the stuff. So you can see you got a lot of picture, a lot of different scenarios, a lot of different kind of rooms, and you can select from them. Then you can rework and look at some details in Pinterest and got exactly what you want. No glasses today. No, I don't think so. Okay, so for example, you want to generate some picture, you can do it in the channel of Midjourney. I have somewhere here, or maybe I deleted, I don't remember, because there was extremely a lot of the messages which I don't really like. That's why I add both in my Discord channel. It's my private channel, so you can easily add a lot of bots there, and one of them is Midjourney. And here all you need is type imagine and type exactly what you need. For example, office or minimalistic office. A home office, for example. What exactly in the style of the white and wood, can be white walls, Italian furniture if you want to, Italian furniture, and try something like that. Also, you can copy this one here and go to the Midjourney prompt tool. Oh, actually there are some parameters. Okay, we can change it. You can select here some colors, so we can select, for example, silver, we can select white, we can select what else, I'll better select also the materials, for example, wood here. And what else we can do? We can change the size, for example, not the square but vertical, and try this one as well. We can select style, for example, realistic, but sometimes realistic gives me some people, not the interior, so yeah, can be sometimes difficult. Oh yeah, and also we can add something like office design, office interior design. Yeah, and try this one. I'll just copy it and we'll see what we got from the first one, just regular one. Well, can be small one. Some stuff you can definitely take from this one, but if it's not enough for you, you can modify your quest and get some better results. So I'm going to copy this one prompt and add it here. So just paste. I don't need to select prompt anymore from here because it's already there. Oh, okay, something. Shite. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. One word was not too correct for them, so let's change it. Stable. No, I haven't tried. I tried Leonardo. Actually, not too bad. But also, the thing that cool with Leonardo, you can learn it how you want him to work. So you can upload there a lot of picture and say that this one will be for that one, and another pack of the picture, and it learned what exactly you looking for when you get your request for this AI generator. So, yeah, as I said, for the realistic gives me girls, not the interior design. So let's turn off the realistic, just clear. Okay, and try one more time. And another thing that you can do, for example, search in Pinterest for the room that you like. For example, our office. You can write white and wood here. All the time change S to instead of W. And for example, you can select something like maybe even this one. I think looks nice, but I think it's visualization, but well, or this one. It's not in our style, I'm just showing how you can do that. So for example, I'll save this picture and then you can go, or maybe not this one. Oh, I saw another one. Quite not bad. Maybe this one. Okay. Oh, this one. It's not opening. It's not the office. Okay, let's work with the one that we saved. So you can type here described and upload here the room that you want to find something or similar to this one, and it gives you a lot of description where you can pick what exactly you want to search for. So for example, take the first one. It also set the same aspect of the image that have original picture. Well, this one was square, I think. Yeah, so not exactly very obvious will be for you, but in general you here will be the size of the picture that you upload to. No. So, and here you can change. So modern office, brown walls, I can change, for example, for white walls, and desk style light magenta and crimson. I can change to, for example, brown and gray. Details, inspired. Okay, let's try. And we'll see what we got with those pictures. And you can select from those, add your request more. You can add some furniture. I like to add, for example, the name of the furniture. For example, if you like a flex form, you can add flex form, Minotti, Molteni, and so on. So IKEA, if you want to. And you will get something similar to the style. Also, you can upload here the image that you want to rely on, and it will use with your request as well. Okay, I might try it. Thank you. So, and yeah, actually it made quite nice. The color palette is really very good here. So we add gray, we add white, and it's in the natural colors here. So that's how you can use it. And then if you like some of the picture, or if you want some variants of the picture, for example this one, so you can select the third one. So if you want more variants, you press here. If you like this picture, you can press here, and it will give you a bigger picture, but it will take some time to generate it as well. But yeah, I hope it was useful and you can try it. Maybe not Midjourney, maybe in another one, but it's all more or less similar, so I believe you can use everywhere. So this one will be bigger. You can save it, and then you can try and work with it. And here will be more variants as well. And you can select maybe some of the details in another picture you will like more, and select from those ones. Okay guys, so let's go to our scene. You can find in the description the main scene without the decor, as usual, without the furniture, because it's not mine, but in general the whole room you can find it, you can use it, and make something similar. So let's start with the lighting. I'll show you the main picture that should be in the final. And yeah, this one we have to get. As in the previous workshop that we work with the living room, I already use the same wood for the floor, for the shelves, so we don't have much materials to make, so I believe we will do it really fast, but I hope it will be interesting and fun to watch. Okay, so let's go to the scene, to the single map, none, and I'll select HDR map. I'm going to work with exactly the same map that we used in the previous workshop. I think we use it in all of them, beside one. I think in the bedroom was another one. And everywhere else was the Clarence Midday. So I'll select it and let's customize it. In this room we'll got a lot of artificial light, so we got the light in the shelf, we got, well, extra light here as well, but yeah, slowly we get to this point as well. I'll also open a material editor and drag the HDR map there, so we can rotate it if we need it. Also, I'll fix and log this viewport for the render, and I will turn off interactive denoise. And we can start interactive render and customize our lighting. But, oh, I forget one thing. I forget, because we already have some materials here, and we don't want to see them, so I want to override it, so we'll customize materials only on the gray material. Okay, let me create a gray material, the same as in the previous workshop as well. Reflection 1, glossiness 0.6, and reflection color middle gray. Okay, now we can, in the render setup, select in the tab Scene MTL Override, drag the material instead of None as instance. Now we can see our interactive render. Okay, so we get some light, we have some windows, so light comes through, and let me increase exposure. AI, yeah, AI. exposure, also turn off aces. Also I will add filmic mapping for compression a little bit, so it won't be that overexposed. Maybe not that light. What else we can do? We can maybe in this area we will add more light, so we can rotate a little bit our HDR map. So 10, 20, 30. Yeah, this one is good. This one also. And this one is too much. We got a lot of light here, but not in this area. So I think we will back somewhere into the 40, 100. Oh, this one is actually quite nice, very soft. 130, 160. This one is darker already. So let's compare 40, 100, 30. Oh, actually, I do like a lot of light, long shadows. Okay, let's keep something like that. What else we can do? We can add. We can add more contrast. So I'm going to add advanced filmic, and I want to increase toe strength for contrast. I think this one is good. Guys, we'll start work on our scene, so please keep your question till the end and I'll answer them in the end of the workshop, okay? And I can increase a little bit of compress in the advanced filmic as well. Advanced filmic. Okay, actually good, maybe even darker, so we'll got even more contrast. Nice, and let's add light into the shelves. So I'll switch to the top view. I'll just press on the hotkey. You can see them here. It's just a letter T. And I need rectangle shape. So we get a lot of light here. So almost in the, okay, it's a generated picture. I can rely on the ready-made render, for example, that we made, so we can see that lights are there, because the generated picture is a little tricky. It's not exactly showing the real picture, because here is not shelves anymore. Here is some weird object. Here is like everything like crossing each other, which is not exactly what we can show, of course. So let's do a little more accurate. Okay, I'll lift it up to the ceiling, maybe lower. I will see. Oh yeah, and as usual, intensity of the light extremely high. I straight away want to add some more warm color here, maybe more red, not yellow, but in general quite good. And intensity still too strong, so I'll lower it even more. Okay, think we can work with this one. If so, we always can change it. Let me create a copy with the shift. I'll do instance. In this case, I can change in one light only the settings, and it will be applied to every single next copy that we made. Here we go, the first one. Why you appear here all the time? Let me turn it off. One sec. It's starting to think too long. Probably because of this ribbon. Not so sure. Okay. Now should be okay. I want to increase and lift it up as much as I can, but not crossing the shelf, of course, because otherwise you won't see any light there. But on the front view, you can see that it's exactly under the shelf, one after another one. So in the middle part, oh, actually we don't have the next one, but well, okay, we'll just move it then. So the next one should be here. So even lower. Yeah, the light is appear. Great. And this one we don't need here, so I will lower it to the last one. Good? I think so. Maybe still too much, so let me even more lower it. I think too much of the light there. So what are we going to do next? So if you want to make the light even softer here, so in the main generated picture, I'm talking about this one, we got like in this area extremely a lot of the artificial light, like extremely light. If you want to add something like that, and definitely in your room you will have some spots on the ceiling, so it's possible the lighting coming from the top to the floor. So if you want to, you can add it. If you don't want to, you can keep like that. Even like that, light looks good. But keep in mind that the right side of the picture will be way more dark. So you won't got that warm light on the right stand of the shelves. In this case, they will be more dark than that in original one. But if you want to make this shadow softer, got some more warmer color to the shelf, get more warmer area in the carpets, so you can add it as well. For example, you have some spots in this area or in that area, depends where exactly you need the light have. You can select rectangle shape, also good. If you have some spot, just put under. We did some artificial light in our second, I think, workshop it was, where we create the bathroom, so you can have a look how we customize a lighting there. Or you can select disc, so it will be rounded shape of the light and create something. Maybe not that big, maybe we'll make it smaller, we'll see, and lift it up to the ceiling. Oh, my camera! I do it again. Sorry, guys. I all the time forget it to make it smaller. Sorry. Hope it's fine now. Okay. So, first you will need to turn off the visibility of the light. Maybe we need to put it down. Also, I'll turn off unincluded because it crossing the other lights in our scene, and now you can see that it disappear. And yeah, I'll definitely want to increase some intensity because I don't see anything. Oh yeah, finally I can see that we got some light on the shelf, we got some light on the floor. But if you're not so sure how this light working, you always can stop your interactive render. You can generate all your lights in your scene, so it will be easier to work only with this one, the new one. So you will see how the light come exactly from this light. So you can press here, generate, and start interactive render again. And in this case, you can go to the light mix tab and turn off environment. So it's our HDR map, the lights in the shelf, and now work only the disk that we put here. And then you can move it and get where exactly you want this light. You want from the left side, you want from the right side. I think somewhere here would be nice. And of course the intensity. Maybe not that intensive. Also, you can work with the color, but I think the color is fine. Oh, was fine before I change it. Okay. Let me come back to somewhere. Or we can copy from the previous one. Something like that should be okay. If you want more in this area, you also can make a copy instance. I think it's too much, so I can move it somewhere there, because in this case, in this area, like too much of the light, which we don't need. And also the radius, probably it's too big, so let me make it smaller as well. And now you can see that we got a nice soft light, and now you can turn on back hue light that we had before. So for example, our HDR map, and compare if you like this light, if not, if you want to make it more intensive, less intensive. But I think it's quite soft and nice. Maybe I'll make a little more of saturation, so it will get so we will get more of the color here. And what else? We'll back our shelf light. And what else? I think it's good. Maybe I'll play around a little bit with exposure. Did I play much? I think not. What else we can do? We can add some rich shadows as usual. Oh well, actually, I like even without it. Maybe just a little bit, just slightly. Maybe a little more of the contrast here. And I believe our light looks pretty nice. The one thing that I might not really like, that we got too much of the reflection. I think we can, for example, in our main material, make lower glossiness, because I think it's a bit too of it on the ceiling and on the floor. Yeah, the ceiling is more calm, I think is good. And also we can get more light on the scene like we did in the previous workshop, and add outside the plane, which help us to get more light on the ceiling. So I'm going to create a plane here on the top view, a huge one. And it should be underground, so I'll lower it just in case. And we can make it lighter. You can always compare how it was before and after. You can see that we get rid of the colors on the top, on the ceiling, but also we can make it lighter. But anyway, our ceiling will be lighter, so we can slowly start add some colors to our scene. So I'm going to create a copy of this one. We'll start with the ceiling, why not? Assign material, and now we need to add it to exclude. So one object excluded, and we can make it lighter. And actually we can apply the same material to the plane. So I'll select plane, and this light material will be for the plane as well. Maybe it's even too light. Next we can add actually shelves and floor. Since we have material, we can add how the color will work with our white ceiling. So I'm going to select it. It's a group, so it will be easier for you to select them all just in 3 clicks, 2 parts of the shelves and the floor. After saves. And we need to exclude it. Yeah, and since the objects are more darker, our picture become more contrasted. In this case, maybe you would like to a little lower contrast, maybe not. All depends on you, of course. Over contrasted, not too good, but not enough contrast, also not too good. And let's add some black material. We have a lot of them, I think. well, actually not too much, but this part of the table, some decor on the table. Also for the chair we can apply black color as well. It's not black, better to customize specific colors for both of the chair, but in this case we can do it way more faster. And also the back wall of the shelf black too. So let's do that. I'll make a copy of the base material and let's select all of the objects. So, one chair, second chair, table, shelf, we need to open the group, so we will add it a little later. Table, also it's a one object, so far only 4 objects here. So I'll assign material, add to exclude, and we can make them black. Maybe glossiness increase. I said increase, not decrease. And I'll lower the color of reflection. This one is too shiny, maybe even darker black. Something like 5 or 3 would be nice. Well, I do like how it looks on the chair, but as I say, better to customize exactly the color. Actually, no, I'll return to more lighter color. And let's select the back wall for the shelves. So this one and actually this one as well. And this part of the table. So it's a one object, so we need to go to Modify tab, go to Element and select just this part. And then you can apply it and don't forget to exclude, otherwise you won't see it on the render. Now it's cute. And slowly we already see the main mood of our picture. Also we need to add some light into the lamp because not enough light on the table, which would be nice to have. So let me create one more corner light, but the shape probably will be sphere. Better to put it in the lamp, just a sphere. So I'll create it and lift it up just inside. Let me have a look. And you won't see anything here because we generate our light mix. Oh, actually we should see. I thought the rest is turned off because all the new light that you will create in your scene will get exactly into the this rest undecided. It won't be like separated color light in the list. You won't see it. If you want to see like separated light, then you need to stop your render and generate lights one more time. Then when you start your render one more time, you will see that one more light is appearing. Now you can turn on and turn it off. But I'll definitely want to make it more intensive to get some more light in the table. More color? Maybe. Let me turn off everything so I'll see. Okay, it's quite intensive actually. But because of the shelf, we don't see the difference, so maybe not that intensive. Now I can see it. Okay, so let's maybe even too much. I can make the radius smaller, but keep in mind that if the light will be smaller than the lamp, for now, here is our lamp inside, and here is our sphere. So if you make it smaller, we have all in a gray material, the light will just disappear. So for now, the light coming only from the small part which going a little outside of the lamp. So if I'll make it even smaller, the light disappear like totally. In this case, if you really need the smaller radius of the sphere inside of the lamp, well, in our case it's not really important, I think. In this case, you will need to make the lamp with a glass material, and then the light come through and you will see how it works. So for now I think I'll just make it bigger, but not that intensive. So I want some light here as well, because I can see how it comes through the armchair, but not too strong. I think it's fine. Okay. I'm not so sure, but looks like our ceiling like too dark, so maybe I'll make it even lighter now. Theta added to exclude. One more time, I'll just check in case we haven't added, because I do changes and I don't see much difference, so I'll better check one more time. But yeah, it is. So okay, then okay. Yeah, that's why, because we don't have much light here. I turn them off. Okay, so for this one little thing we also need to add some colors also for the carpet, and we'll start to work more detailed with materials. So for the carpet we need, well, probably I'll make a copy just of the base material, carpet, assign, and to exclude. Excluded already. Okay, then I'll add some color. We need like slightly saturation there. It should be light, I think, similar to tone of the floor, maybe not that saturated. And by the way, I did some changes for the wooden material of the shelves. Let me show you what I have done, in case if you will need to do that as well, because I didn't like how the wooden material looks exactly in this scene. So I decrease the intensity of the map on diffuse, so to 90%, because 100 was too much. So let me show you how it was with 100% and how it was 90. So the texture was extremely strong, and I didn't like that it like super active. So that's why I decrease it, but everything else is more or less the same, like in the previous workshop we customize. On the table it's exactly the same material, that's why we add only on the black part material. Okay, so the color of the carpet is kind of ready. Maybe I'll make it slightly darker. So I select with the pipette tool, so I will be exactly on this material. And actually the same color we can apply for the box, but inside of the box have to be more dark colors. So I'll make a copy of this beige material and I'll change its type. So right click, change material map type, and select multi-sub object material. Keep old material because we will need it, and we need one more copy. But we need to check where exactly what ID is inside and outside. So I'll go to polygon, you can select outside polygon and see that ID is number 1. So inside will be number 2. If you made it, if it's some other object or if you created, you will need to assign the ID if you want to do something like that. But I customized it already, so I know that outside will be 1, and if outside number 1, then inside is number 2. So inside have to be a black material. Let me make a copy of the black material and I'll plug in into number 2. And I will need to add into exclude. Assign material. And it's appear. Actually perfect. The color is good. Inside box maybe I would make lower glossiness and lighter. I think it's too dark. I want to see something, so it won't be like extremely black hole inside, and I think it looks good now. Okay guys, so let's continue, and I would actually start with this lamp. The reason because why I want to do that, because of the light. I know that we usually start with a big object on our scene, so logically we would start with a carpet, but I want to start with this lamp because I want to see how the light coming through the lamp. So we'll start with just golden, well, not golden, but some metallic material for this part, and then for the main where we have the light. I would create a new material just for the metal, and I need to select it. So I'll select, oh, I'm in a vertex, that's why I'm not able to select the object. I'll open the group, select this part. I hope I select everything. Oh, also this one small. I would need to, and I'll assign it. Now I can close group because I will need to add all the lamp into exclude. And now we can customize the regular metal material. So let's add and start with diffuse black, a reflection level 1. Well, glossiness usual I'll put a little lower because it's always nicer to see some more, a little more blurred reflection, and the color of reflection, which gives us the color of the metal. We customize in the metal color, not by diffuse but reflection. I'll make it more colored, and to make it real metal material, I'll increase AOR, and now you can see that it's extremely light. Probably I need to change the color of the metal because it's too yellow. So I'll move it to the left, a lower saturation because I don't need that much color, and maybe I'll make it darker. And I would like to make glossiness even lower. Still too light, so I can make value darker. I've got a little of the warm color of the metal, and I think it looks great. So we can customize the lamp material. The lamp has also two IDs, so the main part of the like kind of fabric material, and the border on the top and on the bottom. So let's create a new multi-sub object material. And what we can do here, so I can just make a copy of the base material. Well, actually we need some color, so we can copy this the last material with the color that we create for the box and for the carpet. So I'll make a copy of this one. Okay, now I can assign into number 2 and 1, and I need to open group one more time, and I can select my object in the render. Just press pick and click on the lamp, and you can see that in the viewport it's selected. So if your viewport is on the back of the render, is easy to select some of the object. Okay, and I'll make one more copy so we can customize separately our... Oh, well, actually, first I want to customize the color because I think it's... Is it too dark? Okay, we'll see. So we will need to add some translucency, but not like we customize with plants, for example. So you can increase it and it will be more light, and the light from inside of the part of the lamp coming through the object of the lamp. That's the one way. But if you need to show, for example, the texture of the fabric, which is good for the curtains, for this kind of material like such a lamp, in this case you will need to add some texture, like real fabric texture. So I need to select something where I can search it textures, comb, fabrics, for example. Oh no, I think this one should be good. Well, would be nice, I think, to have something like linear texture, but this one actually can be, this one is not too good because it won't be like super contrasting. I think this one will work with our lamp better, but you can search for something similar for kind of linear texture, and I believe it will work pretty well. So just Google it like linear texture, or in the textures column you can search something similar, but I'll try to work with this one. And all I need to do is plug in this map into translucency fraction. So we'll plug in instead of this amount. So instead of the amount, we will see the texture. And now you can see that some of the parts more transparent and another one is less transparent. Also, you can customize everything with the curves. So you can go to the map, go to output, enable, make it more contrasted or less contrasted if you want. I'm not sure that we exactly need in this specific lamp, but well, we can try and we'll see what we got. So I make it more contrasted and we got less of translucency, less of the light. I can move it more into the light and we'll get more and more softer, but I think we don't need that much of the contrast. But you can see you can customize different amount here and get exactly what you like. But the one thing that I would definitely want to change for this specific map is the size, because it's huge and it looks like a waffle, I think, not like a fabric texture. So let's make it smaller, or maybe we will change to another one, but well, smaller looks way more better. Is it rectangular texture? Yeah, it is. So, but actually 3-2 looks good. Should we make it even smaller? Maybe I'll change a little bit contrast, or maybe not. I just want to get more light there, I think. Not exactly contrast, but the light I want to get more. And also, if it's too light, first you can customize, of course, with the curves. The second one, you can customize the intensity of this map. So you can go to material and you can just decrease influence of this map. So, for example, instead of 100%, you will use just 50%. And then it will mix it with amount. So if here will be 0, it will just 50% of the amount of this map and mix it with nothing. If you increase this parameter, it will mix with amount only. So 50% of amount and 50% of the map. So it won't be that contrasted. So there will be more of the light from the just amount of this parameter. But I think the 100 looks fine. We customize like pretty well with the curves. Maybe a little bit like 90, I think would be nice. Okay, and I think the color I would make a little more yellow and maybe lighter. This one is good. And as I said, we need 2 of the materials. So the second one, I think the second one, let me check what kind of what the number of IDs. So yeah, this one is 1. This one will be second, number 2. Well, you can select from the list and see what number 2 is. Okay, I'll just copy the material. I don't need a map there. I don't need any translucency there, so I'll just plug into number 2 and turn off translucency to 0. So there won't be anything, and that looks good. So let's continue. Now we can go to the carpet. So, carpet. We already used for the carpet some of the Corona library material. Okay, I think this time we should create another one. So we used this one before. Oh, bath carpets we definitely don't need to, but something from this one. Well, this one actually looks good, but we will need to change diffuse color anyway, so in this case maybe we will use this one. Let me have a look at this material. Maybe I will like it. I want to see its normal and bit map for diffuse. So nothing clear but very interesting, but we actually looks pretty nice. Maybe because I do like the softness of this carpet, so maybe it will work. What else we can use? Nordic, well, not too interesting to see. This one also soft, so let me move it as well. I have a diffuse map for this carpet found somewhere in internet. You also can use it. All we need is just main base for the carpet. So here we'll see, well, displacement probably will be not too strong at all, but for displacement we always can use some other maps, like from Quixel that I love for the fabrics, for example. But I think we can try this one first, and we'll see if displacement works good, then we'll keep it. If not, then we'll can try the next one, so why not? I'll select carpet, assign this material, and as usual I need to see the maps. And don't forget to exclude it, because I always forget. Okay, and we definitely need some UV map. Since it's using real world textures, here we need to click real textures as well. And I don't need diffuse color, because I want to see only how the displacement works. Well, maybe it can be. Maybe it's a little too strong, in my opinion, but maybe not. Okay, let's try with a diffuse map. We'll see how it will work. So I have texture for diffuse, just regular carpet, nothing complicated, so we can use it. The good news that we probably won't need any composite map here, because this one is already give us a lot of dirty parts of the map, so in this case maybe we will need to use only one map. But always you can make it more complicated and interesting by editing and work with more maps. But I don't see this texture in the floor, in the carpet, because we're using our real world texture. So let's change the map channel for this map. Now I can show it, and I'll apply one more UV map, but with another channel, so it will work only with this map. It will be easier to customize it. Now it's good. Now we don't need to add and change much. Maybe a little bit on the bottom, so I would increase height here. Now should be good. And now I want to see from the camera, do I like this displacement or not? Actually, maybe. It's not too bad. Maybe it's a little too rough. Where is it? And yeah, in interactive render, displacement sometimes show little weird. For example, like in this area, so this one is like almost like bold, and this one like with normal displacement. So I can try just a regular render just a little bit to see how it works with a production render, not with interactive render. Maybe because we're using material, because in the previous version, in this version of Corona, I didn't have this problem like for a long time, because I use always modifier, not in the material, but in this case we're using in the material. Maybe that's why we saw like that in interactive render. Yeah, I think it's good. And we can keep it. Yeah, I like those stripes. The intensity is okay. So I believe we can keep it. I don't want to do much changes for the carpet, so far so good. If you don't like this kind of displacement, you always can change it. Maybe when I'll do the final render I won't like it, but for now looks good. Okay, I want to customize a little bit the black material and add a little more metalness for it and more interesting stuff there. Also, we can apply for every single part. So for example, for the shelf, for the table, and for the part of the for this box part of the work table. So let me make a copy, because we don't need customized material for the chairs, because there will be another material, definitely not the black metal. So let me select those one. Oh, this one we select separately because it's one object with the main table, and I assign it one more time. And now table, oh, it's not a group element, assign. And I want to, I want more reflection. I want it to be shiny. So let me make lighter reflection color first. Next one, what we can do, we can make it darker, because this table looks extremely light, but maybe we'll do a separate material for it if it still will be too light. But well, let me make a little darker, then not too much, because I don't want this part like extremely dark as well. So I need to find the balance, and I need the texture of the metal. So where's my beautiful folder with all my dirt maps? I have 2 cool maps of the metal here. Let me see, this one, no, not this one. Yeah, this one I do like, but it's probably too contrasted. And also I have another one which is more soft. Oh yeah, this one. So number 8 here, I want to add this one. And into reflection color, and I want to show it in the viewport. If you don't see here, you can always change the display in the viewport, the shadows displaying. And I need to go viewport configurations. No, always confused in the new version. Yeah, active, into to default lights. Okay, for this part I want to add, first convert to editable poly, and second add UV map, because that actually looks not nice there. So let me change it. This one is too big. Well, here is big as well. Well, we can add some UV as well. Why not? Or I can just copy this one and apply instead of editing new one. But I will need to change the height. everything's fine. Well, here also good. Okay, let me have a look in the render. I'll just look in this area and then we'll have a look to another object. So I need to return my reflection because now it's like super dark and not see anything. So what I can do, well, definitely I don't need that strong influence of this map, so I can easily make it smaller. So for example, for 60%, maybe even 50. If you need to see more active texture, you can make it more contrasted, but I want to be it more soft, so maybe even lower, so it can be 40. And also I need more reflection. So what can I do? I can increase IOR, for example, to add like a little of metalness, maybe not that much. Since we lower the influence of the map, we can make the reflection color even lighter to get more light into the object. It also will help. And I would like to increase glossiness. Yeah, this one is more like I want it. Maybe I'll slightly increase influence of the map for 45, for example. Always check like pre-final render, because when you do the bigger picture, some of the details will be more visible, not like in interactive render, and maybe you will like to change it. So always check in the bigger render before the very final render you will do. Okay, let me check this part. And the small table, I think, yeah, for the small table we definitely need to redo a little bit this material because it's too shiny and not exactly what I want. I want to make it more black, so I'll select it and just assign the copy of the material. And now I can lower the color of reflection, and you can see that it become way more darker. That's first. Second, what we can do, we can lower a little glossiness, and maybe IOR also lower. I think it's more calm and more interesting to see how the texture work here. Good. So what else left? Actually, not much. So we need to add black material for the windows. We need to customize the gray concrete material for the walls and the leather. So let's do that. So first, let's go to the windows. I'll make a copy of this black material. I think we don't need the texture much, but we can keep it. Why not? Assign to the window and into exclude. Now it's visible. Actually, it's not too bad. Maybe a little lower IOR and should be good. I think that's enough. So let's go to the wall. Oh, maybe. Okay, let me see. I think the textures here is too intense, or yeah. Okay, let me turn off the texture because otherwise we will need to customize the UV maps, which I don't really want to do because probably we'll need to do it separately for every single part, so the direction of the texture will go nicely. So I'll better delete, and we won't customize the UV because the color would be just the color looks good as well. So concrete wall, let me select something for it. I think I have some concrete in textures com, stone surface, stucco. No, I actually need exactly concrete. terracotta, but it's not a concrete, but I love it. Rough concrete. Yeah, this one can be. So let me copy the name and search for the shader. So what we need? Well, actually, diffuse, probably all of these maps. Maybe we will need to displacement. Probably we don't need it at all, but or maybe we will use displacement but not the normal map, or maybe we'll use 3 of the maps. We'll see. So I'll make a copy of the base material, and I need to select this wall, assign new material, and into exclude. Good. Now let's start with diffuse color. We need to customize mapping because it's like to stretch it. So UV map, box type, and I'll change its weight. I'm done like that. Good. I like this pattern, so I believe can work. Okay, so next I will need to add color correction to get rid of the color. Fully saturated, so no color because we need just gray, and that's all. And I think we don't even need to customize the gamma. I think the color is like super perfect. So let's start with the normal map, and we'll see if it will be enough or we need displacement for it, because I want to see a little rough texture there. And normal not always give exactly result that I usually like. So in some cases I use mostly displacement, but here is quite rough, but it works really nicely. I can see all the details. I think it's even too much, so we can lower strength because I don't need that much. And now it's a little more calm, more softer, nicer. Maybe I'll even less. Something in between. Let's do 65. And it looks great. Okay. Do we like this color? I think yeah. I don't want to make it lighter. Actually do like, because we have black here, so it work well together. So let's do leather materials for the armchair. Let's start with the front one. Black legs we can keep. So all we need is just top part. So it's group. I can open, select, and let's select something from the library. Leather. What we have? We need something dark. It's good, but I think too much of the dirt here. This one is great, but we don't need black color. Well, let's see how this material is made. Can we customize it or not? Oh, it's only color, so it will be easier to customize. So let's select material, assign. It's already in the exclude, so we don't need it. We don't need to add one more time. And actually I do like this material. The reflection is good. maps is nice. Maybe I would decrease normal a little bit so the texture of the letter won't be like that rough. So let me go to normal first, and I can make this even slightly lower. Good. And the color. So we need to get it more brown, more lighter, I think. Let me see. Yeah. More chocolate color. I can just change this color. Corona color, I think, would be enough. I can change the saturation. I can add more yellow. Maybe even lighter. Let me move here. A little more red color, definitely. So you can see that I changed the saturation and it's become extremely red. So now I need to move more to yellow. So you can play around with all these parameters to get exactly color that you need. Well, 18 I think work good. Perfect. I believe the color is great. The material looks really nice. I don't even want to change any reflection, nothing. I do like it. So let's go to the chair. And for this one we need more glossy leather. So the color should be more or less brown, more warm and more glossy color. So let's search in the library. Do we have? Well, this one extremely shiny. But I think something from the bottom materials, because this one is too shiny. This one is good. Since we need more brown, we can work with this one. It will be easier to get the color from the beige color, not from the black one. So let's try. So chair group open, select well, bottom part probably too. Well, actually only this one. So assign and let's see. So sorry. Color correction. Something in my throat and I can't talk now. Okay, let's do darker color and lower glossiness. This map is extremely light, that's why this parameter is not working. So it's too bright. Let's select something from our maps that I have, at least. So I can select texture, airway, and something here. I think we can use this one that we used in the previous workshop. So actually instead of reflection glossiness, reflection color we can try, and this one I'll just turn off. We'll see how it works. Oh, maybe like it was before on the reflection glossiness, but yeah, we need to make it lighter. So output, enable, point, be smooth. Drink water. Yeah, I'm trying to, but still something there. Okay, and you can see how it's starting to work with the map. The texture of diffuse I really like, and probably from the normal map as well. And all we need is customize our reflection till we like it. So let me make it even lighter. That's the first. Then I can decrease a little influence of this map. So 80, for example, or 60. And now I can increase glossiness so it will be even more shiny. Can we make it lighter? Yeah, for now I think it's extremely shiny, and that's what I wanted to get. Yeah, I do like. So the reflection quite good. You can play around and customize and try to with reflection color, for example, if you want to, if you like it. But I think even just reflection glossiness is enough. And the color, I think we need to make it lighter. Yeah. Well, I think now the reflection is extremely too much, so maybe I'll lower glossiness just a bit. And the color. So color we need to make lighter. Yeah. A bit more of the color. I mean saturation. Ugh. Now it's too shiny. Like from the when we have a look at closer to this chair, it was better than when I look from the camera. So let me lower and make it a little darker. The map on reflection. Yeah, now it's calmed down and looks better. And a little darker diffuse. And I believe that's all. Okay, let's have a look on the whole camera. And let's add all our decor into exclude. So I'll select in 2 clicks and exclude. If the maps is not showing up, you have this picture in the texture, so they will appear. But the books you will need to use your own, and also those books we need to add to exclude as well. So I need to select all the parts. This one I separate, so I need to select into clicks and also into exclude. So I think is all. So now we can do the final render. You can see that today we did like pretty fast, and to see the final result. So if you have any questions, you can write them now. I'll start the interactive render. I'll change size a little bit so it will render faster, and also I need the noise. So Corona high quality, And that's all. So render, waiting for your questions. And guys, you know, or maybe some of you don't know, that we have our course for beginners. So only 2 places left. So you can join if you want to learn more of 3ds Max. Antonina should send you a link so you can read about it more detailed. We're going to create this interior. The start is already on this Monday, so we starting work hard on the interior, on the all the settings of the 3ds Max. So we'll start with very beginning, with the interface, with modeling, with lighting, all by stages, one by one, not jumping from one to another one. All very detailed, not like on workshop, of course. Everything is explained. If you don't understand something, I will explain even more. If you don't understand, still I will do some videos for you, so you will understand it even better. So we're trying to create a very accurate course, so you will start from the very beginning, and slowly you will get the understanding how the program works, how you can create by yourself your own project, how you can customize the lighting, how you can do different kind of modeling for your scene, because not always the ready-made models are available. Sometimes you need to model something. It's good to use ready-made models, but sometimes you just can't find some and you just need to create it by yourself. So I'll give you tools how you can do it. We'll work with lighting, so you will understand how you can customize different kind of lighting for your scene, ambient lighting, lighting with the sun, and different kind of, so you can train, practice, and play around to get a light what you want. And of course we work with different kind of material, detailed explain it, what you should do with this material, what you should apply for another material. You can see that we have different interesting material here. Also we going to practice a little bit in Marvelous Design, so we will do these curtains for our interior. So Marvelous Design is the program for clothing, for fabrics, for plates, for pillows, for curtains, so you can model and create your own fabric object to your scene, which is really cool, because not always a ready-made material object of the pillows, of the curtains, exactly what you need to get. Sometimes you need more specific, more accurate and detailed object, and that what I will show you in the Marvelous. We will have the lesson of the composition, we will customize different camera for interior, and you will learn where and how you should use different kind of angle of the camera, what the best shot, how you should use, what you should use, and try your own and search for your own shots in the interior. This is our team. You can read more detailed about it. And we got a lot of interesting render here, which you will do all by yourself. So you will learn and work with all the details, not like you have the scene and do everything. No, we'll set up all the scene from the very beginning, so there won't be anything. So every single detail here you will do by yourself. You will customize the scene, you will do some modeling, you will do lighting, you will do materials, and you will do it good, because everything will be under my control. I will check all your homework every day from Monday till Friday, and if you need to change something, if you need to improve something, I will record the video comment which you will get on the site. So all the lessons will be online, but you can watch them on the record. If you don't have time and you're not able to be on the online lesson, you can watch it in the render in the later. So for example, we had beginners 14 and here was a webinar. So here is a main lesson that you can watch in the record, and here is a comment that I record every single day from Monday till Friday to your homework. So you can watch it, find your work, see what you need to do. If everything is good, you can go and do next homework. If not, you can back and work on your mistakes and go to the next stage. Okay, so what else we do have here? As I said, the start is already on this Monday. Only 2 places left, so if you want to jump to this boat, you should do it now. This is me. Here you can read reviews of our students. It's their work, which they are of course proud of because they started from the very beginning and they finish their final work, which is really cool. And you can see that here is a lot of work, here is a lot of students, and here is a lot of reviews, so you can read, you can see how it was, what they made, and what you can do on this course and apply to the course. And who was on this workshop, we have a special price, so you can join till midnight. Only 2 people we can take to this course. The next one will be in the few months, so not too soon. And on your final work you will get diploma, which is cool, and of course your final render that you can put into your portfolio. So guys, only 2 places left, so I'm waiting for you. It's for the people who never work in 3ds Max, for the people who work a little bit, and for the people who have a chaotic knowledge of this program of Corona Render, not understand what he is doing. So welcome, I will show you how you can customize very nicely and with deep knowledge, because I'll show a lot of tricks, I'll show you a lot of interesting stuff, and I'll show it very detailed, explain every single part that I will show. So welcome, waiting, only 2 places left. And let's go the questions, and I'll look 10%. And still too noisy, but in general looks great. I'm happy with this result, and I hope I will see in the Instagram that you made it as well. Do you always uncheck for curtain object in properties not cast shadow, don't receive shadow? No, not always. Actually, I usually not do that. But I do very transparent, if I do very transparent material, or if I need like extreme a lot of light and I don't need any shadow from the curtain, in this case I will turn it off. But in general, usually I don't do that. I'll just make a very transparent material with a nice texture, so the light coming nicely from it, and I just don't need to do that. But in our project we had just like super light curtain, so we don't need to show there any texture or anything. So in this case I could just turn it off and just make it extremely light, extremely transparent, and I didn't need any shadow from it, so that's why I turn it off. Hi Irena, I have 2 questions. First one, where did you get the nice texture of the wood? So the wood texture I usually get from the texture from CG source, where I get the multi-textures. So here you can find the wooden boards. Sorry, probably not here. Yeah, here. It's not loaded. So for example, this one or this one, the wood that you like, for example, this one, the texture, They have extremely huge resolution. It's not free, you will need to buy it, but the quality is really worth it. So, for example, you can buy 1 or 2 texture and use it in a lot of projects because it will looks very different. And after that, when you have all these planks, so for example, in our project I made exactly what I'm telling you now. So I create the one huge texture of the wood from these planks. Do I have it on the bedroom? One sec. Probably on the kitchen. Maybe just in the textures of the multi-texture. I think I have there. For example, it doesn't really matter where exactly to show it. Oh, where is a huge texture? So, yeah, this one is 137. So you take all these planks and combine them in the Photoshop, and you got one huge wooden texture where you can apply into your wooden texture. And you can see that there is no planks; it's just a cool wooden texture. This one is all created from those planks. Well, this one you can see a little bit, but in some cases it looks really cool. The quality of the texture is really nice, so I would recommend to do that, because in internet you actually won't find like super nice quality of the wood. Maybe the one that you can buy. But I think this the best way, so you can use it for the floor and you can use it for the object, and got such textures. Do you work materials only on the camera angle? I mean, you work the scene only in the camera selected. No, of course not. But sometimes, for example, in our specific, okay, let me show here. In this case, almost all cameras will work good instead of 2 cameras. So, well, maybe. So the camera which go from the window will look terrible because we got the most light from the right side. So from here, and from here, if you put camera from a window to the room, the light will be terrible. So in this case, you will need to redo the lighting. Maybe you will need to redo some materials. But if you set the camera like from that side here, from to the windows, in this case, probably you won't need to customize anything and just customize the camera. So yeah. Sometimes you need another scene for some specific cameras. Very nice, like always. Thank you, Mohammed. You're amazing. Your skills are just love. Thank you. Okay, guys, I really glad that you like it, and also you can write into the comments to this video or to the previous videos, how do you like in general this journey, how do you like the idea of the IE of this workshop, so we will know should we do more or should we do something else. Also, do you use a quad chamfer modifier for wood edges, or do you prefer a round bump option? I prefer just regular chamfer. I'm not using quad. So 8%. Okay, I can stop it. I think it's a little too much of the noise, but we can see already details. So yeah, I'm using just a regular chamfer in modifier list here. So this one. But always need to turn off the smooth, because otherwise it will smooth all the objects, which is not good. I don't like the rounded bump option, so I usually use modify not in material. Why don't you use Corona physical material? Why don't I use? We got used today a lot of physical materials. So for example, there was a physical material for the carpet. There was a physical material, for another carpet. And the leather from the Irena library, there was a regular one, so that's why I didn't use. But I prefer the regular one material. I mean the Legacy MTL, it works good. It gives nice result. If you prefer physical material, I don't mind. Just sometimes it gives a lot of preset. And as you notice, maybe not in this workshop, but if you follow our channel, if you watch the previous workshop, not in this series, but the previous one, you saw that I customized the old material from the very beginning. And physical gives a lot of preset, and I do like very particular manipulating with all the settings. So I want to customize every single one. I want to customize the metal material, every single one, every single parameter. And physical gives like preset, which you can boom, apply, boom, apply, boom, apply. So that's why I prefer for now Legacy. But I'm slowly trying to implement physical into the work as well. Thanks for the wood texture information. You're amazing as always. Thank you. Okay, guys, so that's all for the questions, I think. So if you have more questions, you can ask in the comments. You can add some comments into the comments to the video. You can like this video. You can subscribe to our channel. You can join next workshop. This one was last and final for this journey. The next one will be with Daniel, and I'm waiting for you in our course, which start on Monday, and only a few places left. So don't miss it off, don't hesitate. If you want to learn more accurate, fast and interesting ways, so you can join, and I'll show you how. So guys, have a nice evening and see you next time. Bye bye.